We got a great everything. Holy moly, moly, guacamole.
Good day to be alive.
Yeah, it is. Episode 127.
127, 247 years ago to this day, the Founding Fathers signed the Declaration of Independence, and they said, we ain't taking this anymore. No more tyranny from the British. And guess what? Taxation without representation? Nah, fam. Not in America. Not in these United States. So I'm drinking to the Founding Fathers, to all the veterans, all the military service people out there that keep us free. The United States, let's go. America, number one, 247 years ago, episode
Income
127.
tax.
Hell yeah. Income. Yeah.
Happy 4th of July, Jobins. Well, it was probably a day or two by the time this gets posted. Hopefully all you guys still have your fingers. Saw a crazy story. Seriously. Hope you guys
fireworks.
Yeah, dude. Tim says that fireworks are stupid as hell. What do you think?
Tim said that?
Yeah, he always retweets his tweet from a few years ago. Fireworks are dumb AF.
The only thing that's like I think is dumb of them is like when you do hear like athletes or somebody, and it like limits like us seeing like the best sports out because of the potential being limited from stuff like that. But like just in general, fireworks are lit.
Yeah, I agree.
Like you heard the football player blew his hand off basically.
No, I didn't hear that.
And he's got fingers missing. I think he could still play, but I mean you're not ever going to be like 100% as you should be. Yeah,
now that I look back, I'm an adult. I'm like, damn, how did I make it out? I made it out with all my fingers, with all those years of fireworks. Because I was the kid that just loved shooting them off, Jobins. I don't know about you guys, but 4th of July was always my favorite. Always wanted to be the one shooting off fireworks. What about you?
I always enjoy it too. And then the family at your house, lighting them all off on the street.
You like shooting them off?
Oh, yeah. It's always fun. It's like a little fireworks show, you know? So we got stages.
That's what's up. Yeah, I always, past couple years before we moved out here, we were always putting on some damn good shows. Thanks to my family, friends, and everything. We'd all gather together, get a whole bunch. That was fun. But as a kid, you like shooting off fireworks?
Or maybe not so much shooting it off as a kid, as getting older, but like watching it always. And like the little bottle rockets that we put in like the bowl, or like the bucket, I should say. Jobins, we used to have this bucket where we'd have like hundreds of bottle rockets.
They have a name for it. What was it called? Do you remember?
I forget.
Your dad would
like
know.
And then it would be on fire at the end, but it would shoot off like a ton of.
Just went on forever and ever.
And we would always do it because we lived behind our elementary school, so there's a big baseball field and everything, open space. That was a lot of fun,
dude. All right. So that field, we had a big field, Jobins, right by our elementary school. Like you said, it was basically our backyards. That became a battleground. That one year, do you remember when we had the default one? And they just started going everywhere. And we're like, oh, shit. And they're just pew, pop, pew, pop.
That was honestly a lot of fun, too.
It was.
That was insane.
Well, it would have been if it hit you in the eye.
Oh, my God. Even more recently.
And it was at night, so that was pretty cool. That was like some shit.
Dude, even more recently at your house when we were on the street lighting them off for like our fireworks show, and then the one shot like right at the house. Do you remember that?
Oh,
it
God,
it tipped over because we were throwing them in the tube to shoot it off, and the tube fell.
And it went right underneath the car. It went in between my dad and Cookie.
Damn.
Cookie said that was the most... I remember Cookie said that was the scariest thing he said he had ever experienced. But, dude, what's fucking crazy about that is... I just saw the story, I think it was back in Missouri, back at home where it happened, where a woman died and 9 people were injured because of a explosion due to the fireworks. That's like, fuck, dude.
I mean, maybe fireworks are stupid to a degree.
Yeah, Tim's probably right. Now, as an adult, though, I'm not really into lighting them off anymore. I'm really not. I'll go to a fireworks show where they're shooting them off, but, like, yeah, I'm kind of to the point where I'm like, I'm not so much about shooting them off anymore. Just because I really enjoy my fingers.
Yeah. Dude, can I say something? What is more American, Jobins, than fireworks, allowing us the freedom to do stupid shit like light off these mini explosives?
Dude, my mom, she used to travel a lot for her old job, and she said one year on 4th of July she was flying home and a whole bunch of fireworks were going off, and she could see, she was like flying over them in the sky. I'm like, damn.
I bet that looked cool.
I almost want to, like, one 4th of July, just take a flight and try and time it right. Find which ones would time right and just take a flight to fucking experience that.
Mm-hmm.
Probably not though.
Dude, you never know. That would always be sick to fly, go somewhere for the 4th of July. That could always happen.
Yeah. Did you see Tekashi 6ix9ine release? We were talking about. What were we talking about? Where we were talking about release and shit. It made me think of it though. But he released some vapes. His own vapes. Dummy boys or something.
Are they for like
dummy vapes?
Are they for weed or for like just traditional vapes? Like
yeah, just
nicotine.
Yeah, there's like the one that he posted on Instagram was like 18 different flavors. Yeah, and one was like Brooklyn something. And they're all kind of like, I think there was a trippy red. It was like red something, dummy red. I was like,
oh, dummy red, still talking shit.
Yeah, you know what I mean on his own. So I'm like, damn, that's kind of cool. I sent it to Warlike. He's like, shit, they won't sell those in Canada. But I'm like, I bet he's gonna make a lot of money off that. What do you think?
Anything. I mean, putting your name on anything and then pushing it out there, I think there's a good chance to definitely make some dough. And you got the right target audience.
Logan's saying 45 mil for Prime so far, so they're just.
That's so crazy to me, Logan saying all these numbers and everything. He's got CoffeeZilla on YouTube, putting them on blast again.
Oh, yeah. You love your CoffeeZilla. That was good, though. Mm-hmm. Has Logan replied?
Nah. I mean, his legal team probably would not advise him to do that.
Really?
That's what I would imagine. I wouldn't tell him to talk.
Do you think if CoffeeZilla keeps nagging Logan, will Logan pay back his fans with the whole crypto zoo?
Well, he should at least pay back that amount that he pledged.
Yeah.
And you just said 45 million in sales. Like, I'm sure with all his other streams of income, he probably could just pay that off and then never talk about it again. That's what I would do.
Yeah. Again, I don't even know how to handle all that much money or anything.
Same.
I feel like if I was raking in that much dough, and that in a smaller amount would cause my problems to go away and make my fans happy.
And help your reputation.
Reputation because it was a mistake. Mm-hmm. I would even try and do this. If you really like, is he still serious about that project? You know what I don't see posts about anymore? That like photo thing that he used to post all the time.
Right.
I never see that.
And that was even after, wasn't it?
Yeah. So if he's still trying to make it something, but that whole thing's crashed, right? It's done. Who cares? Mm-hmm. Unless he gets upgraded, and maybe that's just what it needs. Maybe it's like the market right now. It's just down right now. It's gonna get tuned up and advanced, and boom, they'll be back.
I would exit that space altogether. Just pay off that little amount and then be like, hey, it was a blunder.
Yeah. If it were to take off and me back, I would be like, yo, I'll give you guys your money back, and you get a little special thing in the world. And you know what? Make you happy.
You know what's crazy is you're just talking about the Prime sales. That has to be such a little thing for him to even think about. Maybe it's not even on his mind.
Dude, he's fucking killing it.
He's just killing it.
WWE sponsors.
How much money does that guy make? Like
a lot.
Good for Logan. He was a hard worker and but maybe think about those little details too sometimes, man.
And dude, the marketing behind Prime, they're killing it. Him and KSI. They're killing it, dude.
And they got the Prime energy drinks, which I feel like I see more of those.
I read a comment
than the sports drinks.
Yeah, I read a comment when they were doing a new post about something, and one guy was like, "Wait, Logan Paul owns Prime? Never buying again." I'm like, I wonder if that was real, genuine. Like, he's pissed. You know what I mean? To find out, like, oh, I hate that person, and you love their drink. That'd be a world.
Yeah. Whatever.
Yeah. Oh well, Jobins. We got a great night of fights this Saturday. Holy shit. From top to bottom, I think. There's a lot of high competition, a lot of good prospects coming in. Is it going to be the night of the soaring Mexicans?
Mm-hmm. UFC 290, I believe so.
It's like, what, 4 or 5? Maybe, I think 5 Mexican fighters? Dude, they're going to go undefeated. They all got some tough fucking matchups, dude. It can either be a great night, an epic night, or it could be a real bad night for Mexico.
True. Good. Hey, props to remember when their first champion was Cain Velasquez? Mm-hmm. Like, that's awesome to see those Mexican champs coming up.
Yeah. Oh, and what I'm really excited about is it's good flyweight fights this Saturday. Let's get some more spotlight on them. So let's break it down. Let's start at the beginning. Oh yeah, Nickal got a new opponent last minute. We'll just say that real quick. We'll dive into it. But I was scared. I was like, damn, I was really excited to see him just because he's so exciting. Yeah, we'll get to that later though. Oh, Sono's home.
Yep.
Dude, Jobins, Petrie's been freaking out bad because of fireworks. What is it with dogs, man? They just don't understand.
Mm-hmm. The 4th of July, man, it's great for us humans, but these dogs, man, they got it rough.
Some dog, it's a love or hate or terrified. Who knows what goes through that little guy's mind? Yeah. He was freaking out so bad last night. And then when we started watching, Brenden had never seen
Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind.
Yeah, yeah, and dude, he was out. I was petting him, and it finally calmed down. And once he calmed down, he was fucking out. Mm-hmm. What did you think of that movie, real quick? Now that I said that,
Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind from 2004 with Jim Carrey and Kate Winslet.
Yep, Kirsten Dunst
was in it. Mark Ruffalo.
Hulk. What a cast, right?
Elijah Wood.
You got Frodo in there. You got the Hulk.
Man, it was a good movie because I feel like it was like an analysis of like the cycle of a relationship, like a standard relationship of like the butterflies and the honeymoon phase, and then like the reality of this other person having flaws, and then like having to deal with that, and is it really going to work long term? And then like at the end of the movie, spoilers, it was like, are they going to keep in this toxic relationship because that's what they only thing they know, or like are they going to move on and potentially that might be the more happy ending?
Was it kind of like Maniac?
I never finished Maniac on Netflix, right?
With Jonah Hill and Emma
Stone.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. I thought that was the one you loved. Which one was the one you loved that was crazy? With Nick Offerman.
Devs
On
Hulu is an amazing limited series. I would definitely recommend it.
You finished Devs and you love Devs so much, but not Maniac on Netflix.
Yeah, I know. I have to check Maniac out again probably. Yeah, for real.
You and your girl sit back and watch Maniac together.
That's the next one.
I think that's it.
But, man, the movie overall, I'd give it like maybe like a 6.5 out of 10. Which is lower than the ratings that like it has on IMDb, 8.3 out of 10 and 92% on Rotten Tomatoes. It's clearly a very liked movie.
I remember it being very popular when it came out a long time ago. All right, first fight of the nights. Camila Kirk versus Esteban Ribovics. We got Kamala. He's 11-5, 29 years old, 5'10", 75-inch reach, 1-1 in the UFC. Lost his last fight by sub to Damian Jackson. That dude's pretty tough.
Yeah.
Most of his wins are by sub. He fights out of Arizona here.
Respect.
He hasn't fought since March 2022. Been a minute.
March 2020. Yeah, over a year.
Yeah. Esteban, 11-1, 27 years old. Both young guys. 5'10", 69-inch reach. Almost identical. 0-1 in the UFC. Lost by decision. 6 wins by TKO, 5 wins by sub, fighting out of Argentina. Who do you got?
I'm going Arizona all day.
That's what I kind of want to go to.
That's a tough one, though, because the other guy, he lost his debut and everything, but that's always a hard fight.
He's 11-1. Wish I knew more about these guys.
Mm-hmm. Hey, same. You did all the notes there.
I'm going Esteban.
Esteban? I'm going to go the other.
What weight class was that? That was a featherweight.
Yeah.
Featherweight. This one I'm excited for. I like this fight. Flyweights. Mm-hmm. You got Shannon Ross versus Jesus Aguilar. And he's the first Mexican fighter of the night. 27 years old, 8'2", 5'4", 6 wins by sub. Shannon Ross, 13-7. The Turkish Delight. I like the nickname.
That is a good one.
34 years old. 5'6", 66-inch reach. He's from the Contender Series. Lost. Then he lost his UFC debut, and he's getting another chance. Oh, no, he got another chance.
So he's probably on his, he's in desperation
Someone's got
mode.
This guy's back.
Well, maybe he's throwing entertaining fights. And
both by finishes, too, damn. But he's fighting out of Australia. Shannon Ross. Someone's
fighting out of Australia. Maybe he's good boys with Alexander Volkanovski.
And Robert.
Robert.
New Zealand.
And Australia, they probably still have the same circles.
Right? You never know. What up, brother?
Yo.
I like this fight next up, too. This one's cool. Cameron Saman versus Terrence Mitchell. Dude, I really like this.
Cameron Saman. He's from South Africa, isn't he?
Yeah, we bumped into him a year ago.
Damn.
It was at that fight. It was at the UFC X.
He's a good... I'm going with Cameron Saman.
Dude, I think this is a good fight. This is a bantamweight matchup. Jobins, potential maybe Sean fights one of these guys in the future. Maybe Cameron one day. MSP, he's 22 years old.
Young
prospect.
22.
5'8". He's 8-0 as a pro. 13 fight win streak total with the amateur.
Wow.
5'8", 67 inch reach. He's a kickboxer. Fights out of South Africa.
Mm-hmm. I like his style.
2-0 in the UFC from the Contender Series. Dude, Terrence Mitchell. Oh, he beat Steve. So I'll save this for that, actually. Terrence Mitchell, 33 years old. So a 22-year-old versus a 33-year-old.
That alone could be like, dude.
That could be it.
Fighting an older guy like that could be intimidating.
Yeah. I can't imagine what it'd be like. Dude, this guy's way older than me.
Damn. But at 22, it's like he's a young, fresh motherfucker right now.
He's on a 4-fight win streak. 5'10". He's a grappler. So kickboxer versus grappler. We know this guy's plan. He wants to get Cameron down. He's got 8 wins by sub, 6 wins by TKO KO. So he's got hands too. But again, we know his.
That could make him slip up because he's so much older. Maybe he's like, he doesn't even have enough experience at his age to catch my stand up.
Oh, this is the guy. So he lost to Kai Kara France in the Ultimate Fighter season 24, and then he never had any more UFC fights or anything. But now he's on a 4-fight win streak.
Oh.
First, now it's his shot back in the UFC. So I give him credit for that. But I was looking at the guys he fought, man. It's just not that good. You know what I mean? A couple of them two of them were coming off losses. Ones were coming off wins, but those guys weren't even that great. You know what I mean? Whereas this fucking Cameron kid, he's fighting some really tough fucking people. Like, he beat this Steven Kosal guy who was on a 16-fight win streak, really good grappler. Fucking beat him. And then there was some other people, like, there was like these twin dragon guys. He was like a 30-year-old, but he was another champion for an organization. He beat him. So I'm just thinking, Cameron's gone through a little more tougher competition.
Ah, dude.
I'm going Cameron.
I'm actually, even though I like Cameron, I'm going to go with the other guy.
Just because of the shit I said?
Fighting Kai Kara France. So everything you've informed me of, which great notes, I have to go with that guy. I just feel like it's all lined up for him to get this win. It scares me.
Back. Or, 8-0. I think they're trying to build Mr. MSP up. 22 years old. Fresh bantamweight. True. Cool.
Damn.
We'll see. All right, number 4. This is a fun fight, too. Light heavyweight fight. Vitor Petrino versus Marcin Pricino. Hold on, I'm fucking butchering
gosh.
Yeah, all right, Vitor, 8-0, 25 years old, 6'2".
Young. He's young, too.
Yeah, 6'2", 77-inch reach, 6 wins by KO, 2 by decision. He's from the Contender Series, 1-0 in the UFC, fighting out of Brazil.
Okay.
Marcin, he's 16-6, 34 years old. Another.
He's older for sure.
6'3", 74-inch reach, so a little taller, not as long. 11 wins by KO, 4 losses by KO, 4 wins by decision, 1 win by sub. He's 3-4 in the UFC. Was on a 3-fight losing streak. 1-2, lost to Felipe Lins, then just beat William Knight.
Oh,
Yeah.
damn. Okay. Hey, that's a good win.
Yeah. He's fighting out of Poland.
Oh, fuck, dude. I'm going
Brazilian
the Polish guy.
You got to fucking kill or be killed, baby. Yeah. That's who you're going with?
Yeah, Polish people scare me. I'm
going the 8-0 guy. I'm going Vitor.
I like it. Difference.
I know, me too. This is fun so far. Number 5. Edgar Chairez versus this dude, Tatsuro Tiara. Taira. I fucked that up.
What weight class is that?
This is flyweights.
Okay.
This is an exciting fight. I'm really excited for this fight. Dude, this kid's 13-0. As a pro, he's 22-0. 5'7" reach, or 5'7", 70-inch reach. He's fighting out of Japan.
He's pretty big size for flyweight.
Yeah, dude, and he's the one that's subbing everybody. He beat the only loss. Oh God, there was somebody that I had wrote down.
So he's got some experience beating people in the UFC already, huh?
Yeah. There's one guy on here on this fight card that this guy beat, and it was like his only loss. I forget who, but yeah, I'm going with this guy versus Edgar Chairez, 27 years old, 10-4. He's 5'7", 72-inch reach, so a little taller, a little longer. Fighting out of Mexico.
Oh no, bro.
This is not one of the other ones. 6 wins by sub.
Yeah.
4 wins by TKO. So who's the better submission artist?
The Mexicans winning.
You think the
Mexicans winning.
The power behind it is gonna just take it?
I hope
we've felt it. We've all felt it, dude. There's a power behind the fans and just the Mexican spirit
and the spirit, like you're saying, right? That's what I'm gonna capitalize on right there. That's what he's gonna capitalize on.
Yeah.
The Japanese guy, man.
But
he's in bad waters.
If one of them, if the first one loses, does it affect them all? And then if they all start losing, you know what I mean?
That does. Yeah, that could happen too.
We'll see. I'm going Japanese guy by submission or decision. That's what I'm saying.
He's going to get knocked out.
Yep. Jimmy Crute versus Alonzo Mainfield. I like this fight, too. I like Jimmy Crute, dude, because he gives it his all, goes out there to fight no matter what, and he accepts a fight against anybody.
True.
He's still just 27 years old, 12-3. He's on a 2-fight losing streak to Anthony Smith and Jamal Hill.
Both champion and then the guy who could fight as a champion.
Yeah, dude. 6'2", 74-inch reach. Another Australian fighter. Versus Alonzo Mainfield. 13-3, 35 years old. 6 feet tall, 76-inch reach. He's fighting out of Texas. He's on a 2-fight win streak.
I've got Alonzo winning this fight.
I think this is going to be a scrap. I think this is going to be a brawl. I think one of them's going to sleep.
Dude, the guy that's just, I think, more athletic, just naturally more talented, is Alonzo. I think Alonzo's going to beat him.
Again, I feel like Jimmy's fought the tougher guys. You know what I mean? And he's got some really good wins. But I feel like Alonzo's got this too.
Alonzo's scared. I see that
strong.
guy.
He's
I'm like,
jacked.
damn.
Alonzo's jacked.
He's jacked.
I got Alonzo too on that one. I'm sorry. I like both of them. That's tough.
And like you said, dude, Jimmy Crute goes out and bangs.
Dude,
you know what I'm
does,
saying?
dude.
That's what's even more scary about that matchup.
True. Very true.
Now, if you were like, oh, he's like Frank Mir and he goes for, submissions and shit, like how he did with Brock Lesnar, maybe I'd be a little less scared. But
Yeah. Seems like sometimes when I count him out, though.
they come in there.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, and then sometimes when I think he wins, it doesn't happen. Oh, here's one that Tim and Sean would be like, oh, well, we don't care about that one. Strawweight matchup. Yasmin I don't even know. Jarigi.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
That's tough, dude. And
She's a Mexican fighter. Versus Denise Gnomes.
I think
I like
so.
this fight. I like this fight a lot. This chick's Yasmin, 10-0, 24 years old, 5'3" reach, 64-inch reach.
Okay.
Mexican-born fighter. 7 wins by TKO, KO, 3 by decision, 2-0 in the UFC.
Damn, nice.
Young prospect. Denise, 7-2. She's also younger, 23. 5'2", 63-inch reach. So yeah, shorter and shorter.
She's short.
Another Brazilian matchup. Mexican versus Brazilian matchup. Fighting out in Nevada.
I think
So she's training over in Vegas. I'm going Yasmin too.
Because I'm going to stick with that Mexican theme of like these Mexican fighters are coming in. They got the heart on their sleeves.
She's got 7 wins by KO. Let's go.
I think that'll be.
I think it's a big fight.
It'd be crazy if someone did get knocked out in the first round. People don't ever expect that from the women.
I know, dude. What if it starts happening more? I think once that starts happening more and these fights get crazier with the women's, I think people will start respecting it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, see how that evolves.
Yeah. All right, next. Jack Della Maddalena.
Yeah, it's a hard one to say. Jack Della Maddalena.
I always forget. I'm so sorry, Jack. And he's a fucking bulldog. He's tough. Versus Josiah Harrell.
Yeah, and I'm not very familiar with Harrell, honestly.
It's called the Muscle Hamster.
That's a good nickname.
Yeah, 7-0. He's 24 years old. Another young guy. 5'7", 67-inch reach. All his wins are by finishes, except for one due to a knee injury.
Ooh.
He's fighting out of Iowa.
Respect.
He's a wrestler.
Josiah.
Oh, yeah, I was looking. 2 of his wins were the same, where he gets the back mount and he just beats guys from the back and just wins.
Oh, that's kind of nice.
That,
okay.
A little sus what I just said. He takes back mount and knocks people out from back mount.
I think everybody knew what you meant.
Yeah. So the question is, can Mr. Jack, who's 14-2, 26 years old, 14-fight win streak, last 4 all finishes, exciting fights.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like Jack.
Can Jack stop the takedowns? Because we know that guy's coming for a fucking takedown.
So you'll find out a lot in that first round.
I think we're going to find out. If Jack can stop the takedowns and get it to his feet, and we'll see who's the better striker.
I'm going Josiah. Because of the grappling, like you were saying.
I didn't pick one on this one. This one was tough for me. I didn't write a winner. I was going to feel out how I felt in the pod. I'm feeling Jack. Because I don't know much about Mr. Muscle Hamster. But if he really is Mr. Muscle Hamster and he just fucking takes Jack down and Jack can't get up.
I love that name, the Muscle Hamster.
Right?
Let's go, Josiah.
I'm going Jack. Going Jack. This is tough. All right, prelim main event. Welterweight, Robbie Lawler versus Niko Price.
Mm-hmm.
The legend, Robbie Lawler, 29-16. I think this is the swan song. What do you think?
Swan song. So that means you think he's going to win the fight?
I think he retires.
Oh, yeah. No, he's definitely retiring.
I think he retires. I think he wins, and I think he retires. I like Niko Price a lot. 15-6, 33 years old, 6 foot, 76-inch reach. He's just got that he's got a wild record too. Win, lose, and he fights everybody. And he's got a crazy fight style. I feel like if he were to beat Robbie, he's got to stay smart, stay long. You know what I mean?
It's going to be who's got the bigger dog in him, right? But then again, it's like, I think Robbie's going to lose because he just doesn't have the motivation of being champ anymore or anything like that. And he's been at the top level.
That Brian Bar-
So it's like, oh, it's a swan song. I don't see the motivation to be like, I think he's going to go out and give us a show, but he's probably going to get caught.
I feel like Robbie's one of those guys that the last fight can pump him up because of his career and who he is. I feel like that could pump him up enough.
I don't know.
To get the win.
I'm not feeling it.
Dude, I know he lost to Brian, but you got to kill Robbie Lawler to beat Robbie Lawler. That's just how I feel. Since his loss to Askren, this isn't backing me up at all.
The loss to Askren, the Bulldog choke?
Yeah, which is debatable. So since that loss to Askren, he lost to Colby Covington.
Well,
and
that's
Colby
another,
worked him.
Right.
And Colby put on a crazy performance. Lost to Neil Magny, who Neil Magny is the most decision wins in the UFC history. So let's just remember that. Mm-hmm. Win over Nick Diaz. I didn't roll my eyes there. And then they lost to Brian. And now here we are against Niko Price. Mm-hmm. I think he can do it. Come on, Robbie Lawler.
Yeah.
You're a legend. That's why I want him to win. You don't think he can do it at all. You think Nico's just got him done.
It's more pressure on Niko.
Shot dead, done. End of Robbie Lawler.
I'm like, Niko, you have to kill him.
Yeah. Oh, you think it's more pressure for Niko?
Yeah. You might. This guy doesn't have a career anymore. He's already done everything you want to do.
Oh, yeah.
You need to go out there and end his life.
He's a Hall of Famer for sure.
He's already a Hall of Famer. What's he got to prove?
He is,
you have everything to prove in your corner.
He's got that Roy McDonald fight's in the Hall of Fame, isn't it?
Damn.
I think so. Pretty sure.
Yeah. Gladiator.
Yeah. I'm going fucking Robbie Lawler. Let's go, Robbie. I like both you guys, but let's go, Robbie. All right, main card. Bo Nickal versus Val Woodburn. The Animal. Trayshawn Gore out due to injury. I'm glad. Shout out Bo Nickal for being a legend. You know, being Mr. Badass, talking all the shit, and then the week of, you know, that's a switch up, dude. That'd be tough. And against the guy Val Woodburn, but they threw this at him because he's a striker. This guy's another striker.
Val was fucked.
So they threw it to Bo, but can Bo Nickal take a punch? Tune in to find out.
Does he need to?
I think he's gonna need
Kamzat
to.
can come out there and not even get hit.
All right, Val Woodburn was originally expected to compete on the Contender Series in August. Won the Combat Night MMA middleweight title. 5 finishes, all by knockouts. 7-0. Last 2 were by decision. He's a striker. Bo Nickal has beat the living shit out of most guys like that pretty impressively. So, yeah.
What if this is the one time he doesn't?
That's what I'm saying. Can Bo Nickal take a punch? We're going to find out. This is the moment. This is the moment.
I got Bo.
Shout out Val being the guy that says, hey, give me the fucking shot. This is just one of those fights where it's like, damn, shitty opportunity, but then shout out both fighters for fucking showing their heart. That'd be tough to take on, especially like, to have a game plan against another. But I guess maybe it's the same similar fucking game plan when you're Bo Nickal.
At middleweight, Bo is fucked because Izzy's a big ass dude. Alexander Pantoja, or not? No.
How are you gonna say he's fucked when all we've seen is domination so far?
Alex Pereira is like 6'5" also.
Yeah.
I mean, the
Dude,
guy
Bo
almost.
Nickal's tall and big. I think you need to see him stand to some of these
Isn't he
guys.
only like 6 foot tall? Only, but he's still like he's not 6'4" or 6'5". And then if he's gonna try to take these guys down,
Alex is up. I don't think didn't Alex go up? I don't think he's coming back down.
he's going up. Thank God.
Yeah, Alex is light heavyweight now. I don't think he's middleweight anymore.
But I don't ever see him beating Izzy. Ever.
Bo Nickal?
Never.
We'll
Just
see.
because of the body size and everything.
I need to see Bo Nickal take a crack. I need to see him take a couple cracks and give a couple cracks and then just ragdoll someone. I'm like, okay, we've seen it. He's next. He's the chosen one. Bo Nickal.
Yeah. Hopefully he proves me wrong. Let's
I
see
know.
what happens.
We'll see. It's hard to pick this fight. It's hard to pick this fight when you barely know this guy, and he's a badass. But he's got one fucking path. Knocking Bo Nickal out. So what happens if he takes you down? Well, I'm going to try and get back up.
Mm-hmm.
Good luck.
Mercy, yeah.
So
Bo Nickal's got that fight.
I think
feel
Bo
like.
Nickal's got it too. I'm going Bo Nickal. I can't wait for this fight. Dan Hooker versus Jalen Turner. This is a fight that should have happened, I think, in March, right? Dan Hooker. Go for it. What were you saying?
It was cool because Jalen Turner, I know he's wanted that fight.
Oh, yeah. He
So
wanted
it's
it
sick
bad.
that they're actually going to fight each other.
Yeah.
And then Jalen, I just feel like he's going to put up a good one.
I really respect Jalen for wanting to fight Dan Hooker as bad as he wants. Dan Hooker's no fucking joke, dude. Dan Hooker is a tough son of a bitch. When we saw him fight live and the dude had to fucking just keep kicking his leg and he never gave up, that's a different kind of animal. And I think he's pretty good, man. 6 feet tall, reach 75.5. Fighting out of New Zealand. 2-3 in his last 5. But he's been fighting the top guys.
I just wonder where his stand-up, Jalen Turner's stand-up would be compared to Michael Chandler's.
Yeah.
Because Michael Chandler's a smaller guy than Jalen Turner.
Well, Jalen's more grappler, isn't he? Isn't he?
The tarantula. And
Yeah.
that's even more scary for Dan
That's
Hooker.
what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. If he can get Dan Hooker down, can he keep Dan Hooker down? Can he submit Dan Hooker? I think he can submit Dan Hooker. Rear naked choke, second round.
Man,
That's what I'm calling Jalen Turner.
I feel like there's multiple ways for Jalen to win more ways than what Dan has.
Jalen's coming off that loss to fucking Gamrot by decision.
And that was such a close fight, too.
was,
And it's like,
dude.
how do you even really... Bro, I don't know how I feel about that fight still.
Can he strike with Dan? The question is, okay, if he can't keep Dan Hooker down, can he stand up and keep striking with him?
I think... Oh, man. So you'd be like, Dan's got the edge on the stand-up.
The reach is both the same, and Jalen's taller. So I would feel like Jalen can just stay outside.
But it might even be a good idea to have Jalen try to pressure Dan to the cage and then clinch, right? And then get his legs to do a trip or something, and then maybe submit him from some point.
Did you see Dan Hooker just recently came out saying that his coach offered him Tony Ferguson, and it was when he had his broken hand, and he was so insulted that he went and trained the next day with his broken hand. Because he was pissed he was offered Tony Ferguson. I'm like, damn.
Dude,
Dan Hooker.
Dan Hooker was?
Yeah. I know, you're taken back by it a little bit, aren't you?
Wouldn't you be honored to fight
I guess not.
Tony Ferguson?
That's what I would think. And then if you're so high of yourself, wouldn't that be an easy highlight reel or a win? You know what I mean? It's Tony Ferguson. I was a little upset with Mr. Dan Hooker myself.
Yeah, 100%.
I was like, oh, that was distasteful because Tony Ferguson is a legend. And he's had some incredible fights. So what if he's finally hit that wall?
You can never question the heart of the guy.
Yeah.
You can't.
Father Time gets everybody. You know what I mean? In his prime, I would love to have seen Tony Ferguson just kind of whoop that ass. Tony Ferguson was whooping everyone's ass in fucking, what's it called? Breakdancing.
Has any Russian wrestler fucking done that to what they like Islam did to Dan? Have you ever seen that to Ferguson? No. Charles Oliveira might have dominated him, never submitted him.
Right.
And he's an amazing jiu-jitsu guy.
Yeah, and then because I love Tony Ferguson, I really liked Michael Chandler, and then we had to, like, that was a little devastating.
That was so sick to see
You
live.
were freaking out over it, but dude, seeing Tony die a little bit, it was heartbreaking. I still can't believe I never saw those 5 front. When I saw how many times he did backflips for the first time, watching the fight, I was like, never in my life had that been like that. I was like, wait a minute, Michael Chandler was flipping around like that in the cage, because I was so locked.
That was sick too.
I was like, you know what I mean?
I think Michael Chandler owes Tony Denner every anniversary of that knockout.
100%.
Because that's like the greatest knockout you have, Michael Chandler. And that's not saying you don't have good fights, but like that is such an amazing, awesome moment.
I would love to hear stories like that. Like if some fighters like, yeah, we would always get together, and it's because we had a lot of respect. That'd be cool. Mm-hmm. Especially ones that hated each other. And like if one day Conor and Khabib can, we're seeing them have a little breakfast together, and they're old as fuck, and we're like, whoa. There's peace on earth.
Dude, I seen Extraction too. I don't think those guys operate like that. That's a joke.
All right, let's go Turner. You're going who?
I'm going Turner for 100%.
Turner? Are we being biased because we met the guy and he's super fucking nice?
That's 100% biased. But also biased against not liking Dan as much after hearing that about the Tony thing.
I know. Besides the distasteful Tony thing, I like Dan. I like both guys. I like Dan Hooker.
And
don't say
Jalen hasn't really fought the same level of guys yet, has he?
Maybe he's just got that, you know fighters, man. When you're a guy like Dan Hooker and you fight the best of the best, and you only want to fight the guys who are in the top 5 or a certain top tier, and then your coach comes at you with a real low tier, and you're like, what the fuck? That it made him want to go train and get better, because maybe that made him, that was a realization, hey, you need to get better before you're not the same anymore.
Sounds like ego working out, though.
You're right.
Oh, I'm going to work out with my broken hand now. Why don't you rest it, bud?
Yeah, why don't you rest it, bud, so you can actually get better?
Yeah, so you can throw it right and shit.
Tim will be like, would you say that to Dan Hooker if he was sitting right there?
Yeah.
Maybe if I had made him laugh a couple times before we started the pod.
Yeah. It's context. We would build up a rapport.
I'd feel, soft with it at first.
Dan would be like, I like these guys.
Yeah, and then I'd be like, yeah, so Dan, what was with the comment?
Yeah.
I think we'd be like that. I think so.
I think so too, bro.
Co-main event, right? Or no, my God, it's not the co-main event.
There's 3 fights left,
God,
right?
Feels like it would be a co-main event because
all good fights.
This fight I'm really excited for, dude. Robert Whittaker, my fucking dude, my guy, versus Dricus du Plessis.
DDP.
It's funny how much people are saying overlooked. You know what I mean? He's saying that everyone's like, oh, Robert's going to blow through him. A lot of fighters are saying in media outlets, and it's like, wait a minute. Dricus is on a crazy 5-fight win streak in the UFC, where he's been dominating. I watched the countdown this morning. Who got me all excited? Because you know me, big Robert fan, right? I'm a little nervous. Apparently, Dricus has had this nose problem, and they were showing them talking about it. Well, he got his nose fixed. And this dude's cardio apparently is going to be a lot better. So that's either all excuses, or
that's what it is.
Or maybe we're going to find out Saturday. If he's got better cardio, we're about to see a way better Dricus. Yeah.
Yeah, Dricus du Plessis, 100.
Say his name 5 times fast.
Dricus du Plessis, Dricus du Plessis, Dricus du Plessis, Dricus du Plessis, Dricus du Plessis.
You get a cookie. Here's a cookie.
I hope I said it right.
Yeah. But yeah, dude, a lot of people are counting this fucking guy out. His dominant wins, dude, over Derek Brunson, Darren Till, Brad Tavares, Trayvon Gills, Marcus Perez. And let's be honest, those are all Robert Whittaker's kids. You know what I mean?
Agreed.
Like Robert Whittaker gathers them all up. He's like, hey, guys, you guys all have a good day on the bus. Thank you, bus driver. And he sends them on their way.
I already know how this fight's going.
You tell me how you think
the confidence I have in Robert Whittaker defeating this guy. Here's the setup.
Oh,
okay?
this is where I get scared.
Here's the setup. Because Izzy is going to talk all this shit on DDP because he's already beaten Robert Whittaker 2 times. He's probably scared to fight him the 3rd time because Robert just gets better every time. Mm-hmm. And so he's going to talk shit on the South African guy. And the only beef they can marinate is all about real African legacy and all this. That's such a lame storyline for someone like Izzy. So DDP is just getting pushed along so that they can have some new guy for him to beat. A new guy to beat doesn't mean he's the best guy for you to beat. That's my statement. and Robert Whittaker's the best guy for you to beat in the division, and he's gonna prove it. He's gonna prove it on UFC 290 when he beats this guy who's saying, "Oh, I just got to surgery, so my cardio is magically improved."
We'll see. The UFC got me hyped with it. Because you know me, I love Robert, dude. And he's that guy, man. Shuts you the fuck down.
100.
He's got that GSP jab. His grappling is underrated.
100% underrated.
So underrated.
He's good at grappling, too.
I'm so blessed to have gotten to see the guy twice. Because I loved him so much. And when he fought, what's his name? Fuck. Jakar. Jakar.
Oh.
Dude, that Jakar fight was fucking crazy. Go back and watch it, Jobins, if you haven't seen that one. Because Robert's just so durable. He's extremely durable, very calculated. I think he's a very well-rounded fighter. Does he still have it? Is he still as hungry? This is a guy, this is when it gets crazy. You know what I mean? You got this guy who's beating everybody. How hungry is Robert Whittaker truly with all his skills compared to a guy who's never gotten the opportunities that Robert's gotten, who wants it bad? He's hungry.
I want to compare this.
He's hungry.
I want to compare this. I know a lot of people don't like this sport. Jovins, I'm sorry if I offend y'all. Power slap. The power slap heavyweight champion was Darius the Destroyer.
Uh-huh.
And he had to fight Wolverine for a 4th time.
Yep.
Wolverine was just as hungry.
Yep.
Wolverine came in and he won that 4th
You're right.
fight.
That's my boy Robert.
Heavyweight champ.
That's my boy
you
Robert.
You don't think my boy is hungry.
Hold on. That's my boy Robert on your boy Izzy. So fuck you.
Exactly.
Don't you switch up. Oh, hey, hold on. Hold on.
He's losing to Izzy every time still. He's still losing to Izzy every time.
I don't know, dude. I don't think thanks to Alex Pereira. Thank you, Alex Pereira. I don't think we got the same Izzy that fought Robert those other times. I think we got a different Izzy, and I think we got the same still strong Robert Whittaker who wants his belt back.
And he looked good from the 1st to the 2nd. So the 2nd to the 3rd.
There's only one name. There's only one name to Robert Whittaker's losses. It's Israel Adesanya.
Mm-hmm. And then he can be motivated by Izzy's own success in beating Alex.
Robert Whittaker.
He lost to freaking Alex Pereira. How many times comes back, knocks him out? Why can't Whittaker do some crazy shit like that too?
Well.
But he's not. He's going to lose to Izzy.
I'd be gut wrenched if Robert got beat or even knocked out by Driscus or you know what I mean. I'd be gutted. Like, ugh. And then, if that happens, I will be rooting for Driscus to beat Izzy.
He doesn't stand a chance against Izzy.
You never know.
Robert's the best opponent for him. It's just that they don't want to have him fight again, probably.
You know who Sean Strickland should fight? Even though this is already kind of looked at as the number 1 contender. Being the number 2 versus the number 6 would be fun. The winner of this fighting Sean Strickland. Then that winner actually fight.
Robert Whittaker versus Sean Strickland?
Dude, it's crazy. Sean Strickland's crazy, dude. And never in a million years. He's just kind of got that old school fighting boxing that he's making work kind of modern. Does that make any sense?
I don't see how Sean Strickland would fare very well against Izzy. If Alex did that to him.
It was pretty cool. There was this picture from this media outlet. Sean Strickland was fighting like this, and they made fun of him because they had memes about it back then. And now he's actually looking like Floyd or something where he's like this. Like he's got a whole after training with Alex because him and Alex got together, Pereira and Sean Strickland.
That's kind of cool, too, that he can look at his own flaws in this game and then go to the guy that showed it to him and, like, train with him.
Sean Strickland might be one of the funniest guys to ever hold the mic in the UFC. And if he worked his way, if this magically somehow he worked his way to a title shot and then won the title, that would be fucking crazy. It'd be insane.
That would be.
Sean Strickland knocks out Israel Adesanya. It'd be nuts.
That's like almost as crazy as the middleweight champ being Michael Bisping.
Those moments do happen in the UFC, and they are my favorite. Happen. Michael Bisping winning the title will always be one of my favorites. And that's so funny to think about, too, because I didn't really like Michael Bisping. You know, when he fought Anderson Silva was my guy. I wanted him to I was pissed that night. You know what I mean? My boy's celebrating on the cage early, shit's getting crazy, and then he comes back and wins. I was pissed. But then that night, because I didn't like Luke Rockhold so much, that night when Michael knocked him out was so epic and magical. That was one of those nights I'll never forget.
It was so cool to me too. GSP, the middleweights had some crazy
Yeah,
and then
dude.
GSP comes in and takes it, then he leaves.
Swear to God, dude, I think I grew up during the perfect time with UFC. I like to think so.
Yeah.
There was magical moments. We still have magical moments, especially with Sugar Shane and a couple other characters. We got Connor, but it takes, I don't know. There was a lot of special shit going on back.
Well,
in the
you know
day.
what I think it is the oversaturation, as some might call it, in like these moments happening. I think there's probably even more special moments today, more so than there was in the past. But because of how many moments in general there are that are like out there, it diminishes like the specialness.
And it's probably me. It's probably us. We've seen it all, literally, in the UFC. And not only have we seen it all, we saw it all as the UFC's company never saw it before. You know what I mean? Like when certain wins would happen certain ways. The first time ever that knockout out happened. A career, the way a career has come out. You name it, we've seen it.
Rule changes as well.
Yeah, rule changes, weight classes added, types of first champions of countries. Like we've seen it all, dude. So I guess maybe to those new fans of the UFC who've never seen these things and they're watching it live, maybe it is just as exciting as it was when we were first seeing it for the first time.
Oh,
I
man,
don't know.
The only argument would be like like kicking people in the face when they're down, like bare knuckles. Like that's a whole different fight in a way. So it's like you can't even say it's almost the same sport.
No. I can remember being young when Brock Lesnar was making all the hype and Forrest Griffin, BJ Penn.
Yeah. Those are good fights, good fighters.
Rampage. Good fucking times. UFC's been, and I knew it as a kid. I was like, dude, something special about this. I think maybe it was because my dad, he was a huge baseball fan. And like he would tell me all about it. And I felt like that's what UFC was. I was like, oh, this is going to be all kids like fighting. We grew up where everyone loved fighting. You know what I mean? And everyone loved boxing. My dad was also a big boxing fan of Muhammad Ali. All we'd hear is Muhammad Ali growing up, you know? So it's like, I don't know, maybe I just thought, that's probably going to be something big. I felt like it. Remember when John Jones first came onto the scene?
I do, and I was doubting him. I was rooting for Ryan Bader when they fought each other. So
Same.
I do remember.
And then it was like, because I remember my boy Josh being like, oh yeah, John Jones is the next one up. He's been incredible, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, my boy Ryan's been killing everyone. Let me see. And then whoop, 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 that happened. And then just each fight, I'm like, wow, okay. And now here we are. Time. What is time, Jobins? Did we pick between Robert? Yes, we did.
Yeah, we said Robert.
Yeah. Now we're on the co-main. Sorry, Jobins, we went down a little. Brandon Moreno versus Alexandra Pantoja. Sorry about that.
This is an interesting one too.
I know these flyweight champs, especially with Brandon Moreno, they go back and forth. You know, this guy's already beat him twice.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Man, it's just like Brandon Moreno's gotten better though, and like I think he could. I think he's gonna win this fight. Just out of the same reason, like no matter how many times you lose to the same person, you always got your chance to win. You know what I'm saying, Jobins? Like that motivates me. That's one of the most inspirational things about the UFC is when you see, or combat sports, seeing somebody lose multiple times like that, and then they come in, and then it's like, wow, you prove the doubters wrong. I'm a doubter a lot, so when I get proven wrong, those are actually my favorite moments.
Yeah.
And I think Brandon Moreno is going to come in and say, hey, I've leveled up, bro. What have you
They're
done?
both claiming that they've leveled up.
Yeah, that's true.
Dude, I like Brandon a lot. I really do.
But
I think Alexander just has his card. He's on a 3-fight win streak. His last 2 were really impressive. That what's his name? Alex Perez. Remember the way he took his back so quickly? Brawled, and then he took his back. You should watch the countdown, dude. It's like, damn. As much as Brendan's and his team is saying they've leveled up, I truly think Alexander's team has leveled up as well. And he had the win over Alex and Brendan Royal, both with rear naked chokes. So, we'll see.
that Mexican pride, that spirit.
That energy that Brendan's bringing right now in all his fights compared to when they first met up, you know?
And who's looking more on like the past? I feel like it'd be Alexander Pantoja. He's probably like, oh, I've beat this guy twice. Where Brandon's mind is probably like, I'm a champion. I belong here.
This is interesting.
That's 2 mindsets.
So if Alex beats him, do they have a rematch immediate?
Oh, no. Well, I feel like it would depend how you win.
Well,
right?
we got a couple
If it was a split decision,
we got that younger kid flyweight on the card coming up. Some good flyweights coming up.
Yeah, you might have Brenden fight someone else and then try to get back at it.
Yeah. Interesting. I am really excited for this fight. I think it's going to be a good one, though.
Who do you? So at the end of the day, you got Alexander.
I'm thinking
Pantoja.
Alex, man. I'm thinking Alex. I like both these guys. I want Brenden to win. If I could vote, I'd be like, I want Brenden to win. But I'm thinking Alex is
Gotta go with your gut, and I respect that. I'm going with Brenden Moreno. You got this.
And then you got the main event: Alexander Volkanovski versus Yair Rodriguez. I'm going Alex by TKO. How crazy am I?
I don't think that's that crazy. Because you know what? Tim was making a good point before, too, because we were talking about it.
Uh-huh.
And it was like, what he did against Max, why would you think it would be better for Yair when Yair and Max had such a technical stand-up fight and he lost?
Yeah. I think styles make matchups. This is a good matchup. It's a nice new fresh makeup for fucking Alex, and I like it. 2-fight win streak for Mr. Yair Rodriguez, Josh Emmett, Brian Ortega, both people that.
If Volkanovski wins, who would you even try to set up for the next featherweight championship?
Well, I made the winner of Max Holloway and Korean Zombie. Let's give Max another chance. Fuck it. I'm sure they would probably want to do the Islam fight again, right? Him and his team.
That would be cool because that was a close fight.
Yeah, I'd be like, why don't you just vacate the belt and go fight Islam and stay up there? If you don't win that one, go up another one. Mister, you can do whatever you want, Alex. You're fucking.
But that would hurt the whole class, the weight class.
I know.
You can't just tell him that he has to vacate it.
I know.
You're not featherweight champ anymore.
It's just he's so good, dude.
He really is.
And I think this is. You never know with this one. This could be the one where Yair just pulls the win.
Who do you still put him in that pound for pound best right now?
Alexander Volkanovski? I think so.
Because he did really good against Islam, and it's not like he got his ass beat or anything.
I think so.
I just don't know how he, because there's a few other fighters, right, that would probably be in that top 5.
I like what John Jones said. He was like, I don't think I deserve to be the top pound for pound because I haven't been as active as the others. I was like, damn, shout out John Jones for actually saying some shit.
Yeah. I respect that mindset because he probably just like, I'm going to be back up.
Yeah. What a fucking good night of fights, though.
Definitely. UFC 290 is going to be lit.
Sean's going to UFC 290 Jobins, so if you're going to be there, try and bump into him. We got, I wrote it down. Fuck. We got how many days left?
Ooh, you said 40, 46, 47 days?
Schmidt. 46 days out. You're right. Schmidt. 46 days out, Jobins. We're in fucking Boston. We can't wait to fucking see you. Brenden, what you got going on for the rest of the day?
Rest of the day, gonna probably just spend the 4th of July with the homies.
Yeah, that's
see
right.
some fireworks.
Sean, yeah, I'm sad. Sean invited all you guys to go out and hang out for the 4th of July with the barbecue with him and his fam. Schmitty's got to be at work. Thanks, Sprouts. Thanks, everyone, for shopping at Sprouts today. Appreciate you guys.
Yeah, you assholes.
Yeah.
Do anyone that's
fucking, if you come get a sandwich for me today, I'm going to make it really good. Piece of shit.
Happy 4th.
Happy 4th, Jobins. Stay safe.
Stay safe.
Hope to see you next week with all your fingers.
Deuces.
Bye.